Imagine a world where dragons were real. Not just in ancient folklore or as fictional characters in books and movies, but real creatures soaring across the skies, breathing fire and commanding the power of the elements. In this scenario, the very fabric of human existence would be altered. Dragons are often seen as symbols of immense power, mystery, and terror, and their existence would completely redefine our relationship with the natural world. How would society respond to such formidable creatures? Would dragons be integrated into everyday life, or would they remain a source of fear and fascination? This question opens up countless possibilities, each one more exciting and terrifying than the last. In today's video, we're diving into what would happen if dragons truly existed. What are your thoughts? Do you think dragons would help or harm humanity? Let us know in the comments. The existence of dragons would undoubtedly have a monumental impact on human society. Cities and towns would need to be fortified to defend against these colossal creatures. Imagine massive dragon-proof walls or towers designed to fend off the fire-breathing behemoths. Entire industries might emerge to cater to dragon-related needs, such as breeding, training, or even harvesting dragon-related products, like scales, which could become extremely valuable. At the same time, it could lead to widespread panic and fear, with people living in constant threat of a dragon attack. Governments might establish special military units dedicated to dealing with dragons, creating a new form of warfare centered around these mythical creatures. Additionally, religious and spiritual beliefs might evolve, with some seeing dragons as gods or divine beings, while others might consider them as harbingers of destruction. Would societies thrive in harmony with dragons, or would their existence lead to global chaos? Share your thoughts below. How do you think humans would react to dragons being real? The introduction of dragons into our ecosystem would radically alter the balance of nature. These giant, powerful creatures would likely have a massive impact on local wildlife and plant life. As apex predators, dragons could decimate existing ecosystems, hunting other species for food or competing with larger predators for territory. The environment would likely have to adapt to their presence, potentially leading to shifts in migration patterns or the extinction of certain species unable to coexist with such powerful creatures. On the other hand, dragons could also play an important role in maintaining ecological balance, much like modern-day apex predators do in certain ecosystems. Would they become a keystone species, or would their presence lead to environmental destruction? How would climate change or other human-driven environmental factors impact the survival of dragons? What role would humans have in managing their impact on the environment? Let us know your ideas in the comments. Could dragons help or harm the planet? Dragons possess the ability to breathe fire, and this ability could be harnessed as a new source of energy. Imagine if the flames of a dragon could be used to power entire cities, industries, or even global infrastructures. In a world where fossil fuels are depleting and renewable energy sources are constantly being explored, dragons could offer a potential solution to the energy crisis. Dragon fire could fuel power plants, providing an incredibly powerful and renewable energy source. The potential economic impact would be staggering, with industries built around the capture and control of dragons for this purpose. However, this idea raises ethical questions. How far would humans go to exploit dragons for energy? Would this lead to exploitation and harm of these creatures, or would it be a mutually beneficial relationship? How would societies regulate the use of dragon-powered energy, and could this innovation change the global economy forever? What do you think? Could dragons become our new energy source? Let us know in the comments. One of the most immediate concerns about the existence of dragons would be the threat they pose to human populations. These creatures are capable of immense destruction, with their fire-breathing abilities able to level entire cities in moments. Additionally, dragons are often depicted as incredibly intelligent and strategic, potentially making them formidable adversaries. While some might argue that dragons could be trained or domesticated, the reality is that these creatures would always retain their wild nature. What would happen if a dragon went rogue, attacking villages or cities without warning? Governments and security forces would need to develop new strategies for defense and control, and the balance between fear and respect for dragons would be a delicate one. Would they be treated as dangerous pests to be eradicated, or would they become revered beings with their own status in society? Would dragons eventually integrate peacefully into human civilization, or would they continue to challenge us in every way possible? Share your thoughts below on how you think dragons would interact with humans. With their immense strength, flight, and fire-breathing capabilities, dragons would undoubtedly be powerful assets in warfare. Imagine armies utilizing dragons as weapons of mass destruction, soaring through the skies and decimating enemy forces with their fiery breath. Entire battles could be fought with dragons as the primary force, changing the landscape of war forever. Nations with dragons under their command would have a significant strategic advantage, while others would be left vulnerable. However, this would raise serious questions about the ethics of using such creatures for destruction. Would dragons be trained to fight in wars, or would they resist being used as tools of violence? Could there be a global agreement to ban the use of dragons in warfare? Or would the pressure to dominate lead to an arms race where countries compete for dragon power? Could dragons be used as peacekeepers, or would they be agents of destruction? Let us know your opinions. How do you think dragons would fit into modern warfare? The existence of dragons would introduce new economic opportunities, but also a range of new challenges. The demand for dragon-related products such as scales, claws, and even dragon blood would create lucrative industries. Entire markets could emerge around the trade of dragon goods, with wealthy individuals and corporations vying to obtain the rarest and most valuable items. However, this would likely lead to exploitation, with dragons being captured, harmed, or killed for profit. Dragon tourism could become a huge industry as well, with people traveling from all over the world to see these magnificent creatures in their natural habitats or in controlled environments. The impact on global trade, industry, and resources would be massive. But would the economic boom come at the cost of the dragon's welfare? How would we balance the economic benefits of dragon exploitation with the ethical concerns about their treatment? Could dragons be used sustainably without causing harm to their population? Share your ideas in the comments below. The world of exploration would be completely transformed if dragons were real. These creatures, capable of flight and traversing vast distances, could play a crucial role in discovering new lands, exploring the deep sea, and even venturing into space. With the help of dragons, humans could explore areas that were previously inaccessible, from the highest mountain peaks to the deepest ocean trenches. Imagine a dragon carrying explorers on its back as they soar across the globe, discovering new frontiers and uncovering lost civilizations. But this new form of exploration could also come with its own set of challenges. How would dragons adapt to different environments, such as the ocean or outer space? Would they be able to withstand extreme temperatures or the vacuum of space? Could dragons become the next great explorers in human history, or would their existence simply complicate our efforts to conquer the unknown? Let us know your thoughts below. How would dragons change the future of exploration? In a world where dragons are real, they would become symbols of power, freedom, and mystery. From ancient mythology to modern pop culture, dragons have always held a significant place in human imagination. Their real-world existence would elevate them to an even higher status, perhaps even becoming symbols of national pride or identity. Entire cultures and religions might be built around dragons, viewing them as divine beings or protectors of the earth. Artists, writers, and filmmakers would likely take inspiration from these creatures, creating art and stories that reflect their awe-inspiring nature. How would dragons influence fashion, architecture, and design? Could we see entire cities built in their honor, or would people incorporate dragon imagery into their daily lives? The emergence of real dragons would inspire new movements in art, music, and literature, leaving an indelible mark on human culture. How do you think dragons would influence our world's culture? Share your thoughts in the comments. The question remains, how would a world with dragons truly function? Would they be embraced as wondrous, powerful creatures, or would humanity fall into conflict with them, struggling to coexist? Would dragons enrich our world, bringing new opportunities, or would they bring about our downfall, pushing us into a war we're unprepared for? The reality is that dragons would force us to redefine everything we know about the natural world, society, and ourselves. Whether they would be our allies, enemies, or something in between, dragons would undoubtedly change the course of human history forever. As we continue to imagine this incredible scenario, we want to know, how would you react if dragons were real? Let us know your thoughts and theories in the comments below, and don't forget to hit the like button if you're excited about this idea.